Kryon channeling the nodes and nulls of Earth Part 2. From Monica Muranyi. Full explanation of nodes and nulls from the author of The Gaia Effect, a Kryon book. Have you ever been in a breathtaking place on the planet and felt a sweet energy wrap around you like a warm, delicious embrace? Could this be a portal? What is a portal? For that matter, what are the nodes and nulls of Earth? Why do they exist? Could they be part of a system? If they are part of a system, how does it work? Science has always fascinated me, especially the interconnectedness that exists, whether it's at the microscopic or megascopic scale, or from atoms to galaxies. Nearly every Earth scientist is aware of the grand scale of connectivity in natural systems. These systems are dynamic, which constantly change due to the changes in contributing factors. An example of this is the theory of plate tectonics. Plate tectonics describes the large-scale motions of the Earth's lithosphere. It explains the movements of the Earth's continents, and the juncture of these plates is where the greatest geological activity, such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions and mountain formations, occurs. As a Bachelor of Applied Science student at university, and later as a national park ranger, I studied and worked with our Earth's natural systems, but I always excluded God. I wasn't interested in esoteric things and didn't want to follow any of the organized belief systems, religions. It meant that I only saw the three-dimensional parts of science. Yet there is another energy present, seemingly hidden because it's multidimensional. An example of this is gravity. Science can study it and measure it, yet it is invisible. The multidimensional energy of God is also invisible, but over 85% of the planet can feel it. When my spiritual awakening began, it eventually led me to the channeled messages from Kryon, given by Lee Carroll, the original Kryon channel. The Kryon work has touched the lives of many old souls all over the planet. One of the aspects that I love about the Kryon messages is the beautiful marriage between high consciousness and high science. Millions of people can feel the love of God on faith alone, but I wanted something more. I wanted to know how it all works and if there was a system. For over 24 years, Kryon has been giving messages to humanity about a grand and elegant system. On numerous occasions, the scientific information from Kryon is validated by scientists years after it was first given. Here is a scientific fact. An astronomer and physicist, Michael Denton, discovered that the universe is biased for life and gave rise to the theory of intelligent design. Kryon tells us a more apt name is benevolent design. But what does all this talk about systems and benevolent design have to do with nodes and nulls? Actually, it has everything to do with it. The nodes and nulls of the planet are a part of the Gaia system, which was created by the Pleiadians and is hooked into the benevolent design of the universe. Consider for a moment that planet Earth has graduated into ascension status and the enlightened humans are ready to seed another planet with divinity. How would you prepare that prospective planet? What things would you put in place? What kind of a system would there be? If this process has happened many times over, do you think there would be similar attributes each time? If you were creating the next planet of free choice, how would you assist the humanoids, should they choose to become a graduate ascended planet? These questions are very esoteric and quite complex, but I ask them so you can start connecting the dots of the Gaia system that the Pleiadians created when they planted the seeds of divinity on Earth. My book, The Gaia Effect, compiled the information given by Kryon about everything involving Gaia's relationship with humanity. However, this book was written and published in 2013. Humanity only passed the marker of the final decision point on December 21, 2012, when humans chose to become a graduate ascended planet. This means that detailed information regarding the nodes and nulls was not ready to be given, as humanity was not ready to receive. Imagine trying to tell humans who lived more than 100 years ago about Facebook. It's a similar premise. We are now ready to receive information on nodes and nulls. The first time Kryon started to reveal information about the nodes and nulls of Earth was during the 2012 Kryon Kundalini Tour in South America. This tour began in Argentina, traversed the Andes into Chile, traveled north into Bolivia and finished in Peru. Many sacred and spiritual places were visited, some of which were nodes and nulls. Nodes and nulls work in tandem, not as a single unit, operating as a polarized pair. The mechanics of the polarized pairs of nodes and nulls are a push-pull energy of the crystalline grid. What does that mean? Think of nodes like a vacuum cleaner. Nodes are slowly taking away the things that are no longer needed by humanity, such as fear, war and drama. Think of nulls as a depository of Pleiadian energy where new information such as ideas and invention are slowly being pushed to humanity. That is the push-pull energy of the nodes and nulls. So what are they and what is the difference between a node and a null? The specific definitions given by Kryon are: nodes occur when there is a specific overlap of the three human consciousness grids. Gaia, as the Gaia grid, has a field apart from the crystalline, and when the crystalline grid overlaps with Gaia in certain attributes, there is a buildup of energy that creates a node. There are three kinds of nodes: portal, vortex and vortal. A portal is a node that overlaps and amplifies Gaia. A vortex is a node where the energies collide and they are constantly moving. To some, being in a vortex may feel good for a while, but it's hard to live there. A vortal is a node that is a mixture of a portal and a vortex. One of the attributes of nodes is that they absorb energy that is no longer needed. This is the mechanics of how the crystalline grid is recalibrating and why battlefields will no longer hold the energy charge of fear, war and death. Nodes are places of immense intensity, often in places that are less accessible or desirable for human habitation. But humans are very attracted to them anyway, and the indigenous of the earth often built temples there. Some well-known locations where nodes occur include Mt. Shasta, California, Sedona, Arizona, and Machu Picchu, Peru. Nulls occur also when there is a specific overlap of the three human consciousness grids. However, in this instance the overlap of the crystalline grid with Gaia cancels each other out in energy and you get a null. A null is therefore a place where there is an absence of the crystalline grid, and so what you get is pure Gaia energy only. You might even say that it leaves a hole in the crystalline grid, creating the perfect place for the Pleiadians to push energy and information to that grid. This information will create new inventions and new consciousness for the planet. Nulls may feel wonderful, but it's too overwhelming to be in for long periods. It represents pure creative energy. It's far harder to live in, and the places on Earth where it exists are often uninhabited. For that reason, some are in the ocean as well. It also has odd magnetic field characteristics, making it difficult for life force and balance brain synapse, also difficult for standard magnetic navigation. Unbalance and confusion is the result, also apparent malfunction with navigational devices. Some well-known locations where nulls occur include Valley of the Moon, San Pedro de Atacama, Chile, Mt. Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, Africa, and the Bermuda Triangle. There is no symmetry with these lines and they occur beneath the Earth as well as on the Earth, so it becomes more complex than what we think. All of these lines are created by the crystalline grid, and the crystalline grid is created by human consciousness. Human consciousness has shifted greatly, which has triggered a recalibration of everything: Gaia, the crystalline grid and human nature as we know it. This recalibration is discussed in Kryon Book 13, The Recalibration of Humanity 2013 and Beyond, written by Lee Carroll. You can purchase this book on the following link. Click here. How were the nodes and nulls created? Kryon has said that when the Pleiadians came to Earth, they put themselves into a quantum state all over the planet in various areas. Nodes and nulls represent different attributes of energies on the planet, placed by the Pleiadians. There are numerous nodes and nulls all over the planet. You will find them in the highest of mountains, the driest of deserts and everything in between. Long ago the Pleiadians looked at this planet and they selected 12 pairs of energy points. They would represent the duality of the planet. These 12 energy points are found at 24 geographical locations, a total of 24 nodes and nulls, on mountain peaks and deserts, were selected to represent the parts of the planet that were the most promising. Kryon has called these 12 polarized node and null energy pairs time capsules. Energy was set in these places so that if humanity should ever make it to a higher consciousness, these places would release information for the individual human being as well as for the whole planet. There is a sacred geometry within the selection of these pairs. Kryon says that it has not been seen yet, but it is there. Within the sacred geometry the shapes, colors, sounds and numbers all reveal the divinity of God. The Pleiadians selected these points long before any civilizations lived there, and as we look at the locations we should ponder the significance about what is happening in those areas today. What are time capsules? Most people regard time capsules as a container that you bury in the ground, or send into outer space, with the intention that it will be opened at a future date. When Kryon talks about the time capsules created by the Pleiadians, this means a direct link with multidimensional information in real time. There are time capsules in Gaia, placed within the crystalline grid and the cetaceans, whales and dolphins. There are also time capsules within your DNA cache. All of these time capsules have a different purpose, but they all cooperate together in one plan. It is the plan to see if humanity can create an ascended planet. We have passed the 2012 marker where the shift in human consciousness sent a signal that humanity is now ready to be a graduate ascended planet. This means that all of the time capsules within Gaia and humanity are ready to be opened and released. The quantum information within Gaia's time capsules are about attributes of science and life that will move humanity into a new paradigm. These time capsules need to be on the planet as a guide or blueprint for the starting creative energy of Gaia, the creation template. Kryon has told us that as the time capsules are slowly released, they modify the crystalline grid to help human consciousness shift, and eventually create an ascended planet. The templates are not just information. They are quantum portals of Pleiadian life. This is difficult to explain. But consider for a moment that quantum energy can exist in two places at the same time. This is an attribute even of your own quantum physics, so it can't be that odd to you. So consider for a moment that even life can have these attributes. Therefore, know that your seed creators have always been here in a certain quantum way, and are in the time capsules. When you feel these energies in 3D, you tend to linearize them all. Therefore those who are sensitive will see a city or feel entities that might even talk to you. But the reality is that these feelings are only the residuals of looking at profound quantum energy while in 3D. In summary, the time capsules within Gaia are a set of 12 specific nodes and nulls. These 12 time capsules are found on sacred land, creating a push-pull energy for the planet and a system of evolutionary change, if activated. The time capsules are sacred, mostly untouched, protected, and they represent the original Pleiadian creation template. These are not capsules from the past. They are capsules for the future. There is nothing in them. They open and give real-time quantum energy to the grids, allowing higher consciousness, invention, and human DNA evolution. Where are the time capsules within Gaia? The 12 Pleiadian time capsules within Gaia are represented by 24 geographical locations. The following table lists them. But remember, the nodes and nulls are a matched pair and Kryon has only revealed 3 matched pairs. The complete pairings will most likely be revealed, as appropriate, in the next 18 years. Note: each time a matched pair is revealed by Kryon, this page will be updated, so you may wish to revisit this page and refresh the screen for any updates.